What's up, guys? So, what you're looking at right now is the menu that I made using a widget. The buttons start and exit. You can highlight them and select them with the mouse. You can also use W and S key on the keyboard to select, and then if you have a controller plugged in, you can use up and down on the D-pad to select. And then the sword I made using an art program. The rest of it is all using the standard widget editor stuff. So anyway, this is just the playthrough of the first build of the game. So this is officially the first build. Right now it's just using the same white box menu that I just made and the same combat with the AI that I got working. So combat obviously doesn't look that great still. That's going to change, but the important thing with this is that the game has a beginning, middle, and end, and that it's got its basic framework. So I'm just going to be running through this, and hopefully soon enough we won't have to keep looking at this gray box. So I'm going to keep improving it and making it better, and just making the general layout a lot more tighter and more prettier in the future. So that said, I think the next thing on my list that I have here is to do a ranged attack for the AI. So one of the skeletal animations and enemies that I got in this pack was a guy that has a bow and arrow, and he has an arrow that I'm going to turn into a projectile. And so basically I'm just going to make it so that he shoots arrows at you from far away. So the AI logic for him is going to be such that, if you are at a certain range away from him, that he's just going to do a ranged attack and nothing but a ranged attack. So, or he's going to try to get away from you. Hopefully, I can kind of get it to do that. So, I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to introduce him in this area. Maybe towards the end, maybe around this section in this area, I might introduce them. There's also a magic caster that I'm looking at, but I don't know if I like 2 types of enemies might be more than enough for this. So I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll do the magic guy last. Who knows? So anyway, this is entering the next area. That's the volume. It's marked with the text there. This is the next area. I don't have any textures on this or anything. This is just using the standard white box textures. So also the player doesn't spawn with a sword, so I put a sword in there. The sword is equipable, so I've got to still make I'm thinking of making like a Boolean check or something that just says has sword, and if you check it, he'll have a sword equipped already. That might be easier. So, and then you get to choose the type of sword. I don't know if I'll have more than one type of sword, but the idea of making that system sounds pretty cool. So anyway, this is a run through of this indoor area. This is going to be a dungeon, and it's going to basically there's these open areas that are going to have multiple types of enemies, maybe some puzzle elements in there, and then there's these long stretches of hallway that are just going to be decorated and stuff and all linked. So the idea was to kind of make it a pretty decent sized area, although just once I mesh it, things might change. So I mean, that's the cool part about kind of making it the way I did, was that I can kind of shrink the areas, edit them, and just kind of make them the way I want. So we're running through this hallway. So basically, like, this all looks the same. So I know where I'm going because, like, I know the layout. But I mean, this is all pretty bland, and it all looks the same. And so at the end, you can see there is the exit volume that's gonna take us back to the menu screen. And so this playthrough right here was done within the editor, but I did there's an actual build on my desktop that does work, and it does do all this. So that's done. I'm going to start with AI next, and then after that, I think I'm going to change or add to one of the milestones to add a little bit more white boxing, just to kind of flesh out the level a bit more. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.